Have you ever seen the video where it's like, name a gospel song you can do a drive by to?
What?
And then I should send you that. It's on TikTok. It's all one of my shared and favorite videos of all time.
Yeah, no, I don't know what he's talking about.
No, someone put a video. It's like, name a gospel song you could do a drive by to. And someone puts the song, the guy makes a song and he like has the gun as he's driving the car.
And what song was it?
The song is gonna, he's like, I've been looking for you. I realized nothing else could satisfy me. I'm so
Are,
glad I found you.
are you singing Kurt Franklin?
Because I told him what gospel song I would do a drive by to.
I would do Stonk by Kurt Franklin.
Oh, that's if I'm jumping somebody.
This is
Then I do
Grim
stop.
Reaper Beat.
It don't matter. All of him.
Clear up the
Six.
closing doors, please.
Oh, my brother says stop.
Perfect.
All right, so it's been a minute, y'all. It's been like 2 months, almost.
Yeah,
You know whose fault that is? Yours.
yours.
But fully yours.
We had scheduled like
Fully yours.
a few times, and then the plans just fell through.
Like I'll take it for 1 week or 1 or 2 weeks. And I was sick, so I'll take blame for that. But again, I think that was like 1 week, and then I went back to recording the next week. So,
I'm tired, man. Just, life been lifing recently.
I do be doing that. But also,
It has.
this is and producer Jerry said who could claim to be Spectacle Space.
I mean,
Yeah.
As a side
Whole
note, I got another. I'm assisting my girlfriend as being an assistant track and field coach now. So
You're an
we-
assistant tracker. How many titles do you have, Tay? Like,
I don't know. I need more.
no, you need less.
No, exactly. He's not getting paid. This is an unpaid internship. Shame on you, Tay.
It's to make her succeed. I don't care about what I get. As long as she's happy, I'll give.
Yeah, okay.
That's noble of you.
No, my ass. If you're good at something, never do it for free.
I'm not good at it yet. That's why.
You got to build up to that.
So you suck as a track and field coach is what you're saying.
I've only taught one person, and I guess they did it right, but like one, considering is not enough to be like, yeah, I'm a track and field coach.
Oh my god. As y'all can see,
Still
It's
sorry.
late.
bruh, I'm so like, I don't
It just
take
feels
regular
like-
sleep anymore. I don't sleep regular anymore. I haven't slept regular since like October, like the beginning of October.
Well,
So-
That's when you
aren't
start
behind-
the nights, right?
Yeah,
That'll do it.
yeah. That was my schedule for Target. To kill it.
Wow.
Remember that's how I felt during Target when I had to come in at 4 a.m.
Oh,
why are you doing
Oh yeah.
Why I did it? Honest answer, because I thought it'd get me promoted and give me a raise. It did give me a raise. It just didn't give me.
I'm
That's
sorry.
how they got you.
Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have laughed at that.
It's fine. So, I was naive and young, and they had used it. Like a good Target.
I was gonna say we all got played by Target, so
Yeah, Target disrespected me a lot, like a lot. Like you talk about corporate abuse. Oh,
You were there, yeah, because you were there for opening and everything. So, if anything, you should have been promoted.
getting promoted, bro. But I feel like they were trying to put me in places where I knew I wouldn't succeed. So that's why I never got promoted. And I'm like, well, nah, you can't do this to me. You want to do this to me? I've been pulling cat fuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I was never going to get promoted when they promoted Jose. I was like, they picked him. I'm never getting in it. I knew for a fact that it was over.
Well, I feel like if you just outshined him, you probably would have, and that
I
wasn't
did
hard.
outshine him. That was the
He
funnier
did.
part. I did.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
why. Before he was promoted, I was picked like to be a captain and everything, and they gave it to him. I was like, yeah, it just wasn't meant to be.
I remember that whole captain thing. I was
So,
but the
so stupid.
purpose. Yeah, like the captain's the team leader.
They just wanted the team members to be like feel special, feel like there's something that they can work towards. It didn't come with anything. It was literally just a title.
Just a
Yeah, it
time.
was,
The same thing
it
with
didn't
being a
change
team
anything.
trainer. Being a team trainer didn't come with anything. It didn't come with a pay raise. It was just something to put on my resume.
Yeah.
I mean, you train the good people.
Tried to what?
You train good people when they give a full background to you.
I mean, I trained most, except Jeremy. Jeremy came with experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I train you. I train everybody. You, Will, Elon.
I love how you didn't know caught that joke. I believe it.
Wait, what?
You were like, you didn't train producer Jerry. He came with experience. I was like, that's because he's a hoe. There's a difference.
Well, yeah, we knew that already. Oh, don't act like you not, Jeremy. Stop it.
Those days are over.
Yeah. Speaking
That's
nice
crazy.
segue, right? How's that coming along?
For what?
Your wedding planning. Like, come on, dude.
Oh. I mean, it's going.
Going.
Things are slowly coming together, not as fast as I would like or that she would like, but coming together.
The holdups.
Just
Vendors, probably catering.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be? I wanted to ask in the chat, but is it gonna be like one of those things? Like it's gonna be a whole ceremony, or is this gonna be like what I want to do? Like I'm just gonna get married in the port and then just have an open bar reception for everybody. Be like, yeah,
we joked about doing that because this whole thing is so stressful, and we were just like, you know what? Let's get married in the court and then just have the reception. Like, why not?
That's my idea.
But the place comes with they do both, so it's a combo deal.
Okay, so
Yeah.
See, my girl, psychopath. She wants to see my girlfriend's a psychopath because she wants to do like a whole elopement kind of thing. So it was like,
just like not even have anything.
no. It was like have a small ceremony somewhere else.
Oh yeah. My cousin wants to do that.
Oh, I never understood what elopement actually really meant, and I never cared enough to look it up.
It's just
Like,
like,
what does it
you
mean?
run married.
Yeah, you just run away and do it somewhere else without anybody, or maybe like a small group of people.
Small group of people. Yeah.
That's why they people say like, oh, people elope in Vegas, like they get married in Vegas.
Well, that's also because you do it like on cheap and, it's very inexpensive. It's very informal. You kind of show up, have your little ceremony, and then good.
Let's say I got married. Let's say I'm getting married, and instead of like doing the whole like big thing, I'm like, hey, I told y'all, and like my roommates and like two other friends, like, hey, I'm gonna get married. We're gonna go to Hawaii for a vacation and do it there. Would that count as elopement? Is that just as a
No, that's more like a destination wedding.
No, because he only told like a few people, like,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna be like some grandiose ceremony. It's like, yo, we're gonna go fly across to Hawaii real fast. us,
For,
just a few of us, and then
So then, yeah, that would count.
okay. Okay, I get it.
if his girlfriend definitely just like jumped up one night and say, "Yo, what's
Yeah,
wrong?"
especially if you just did it like in the spur of the moment, like no planning, no nothing, just
Okay, so no, as be okay. I get it. I get it now. Not something. All right, cool.
A destination
Ah.
wedding is more like, "Hey guys, save the date because we're going to be getting married in Hawaii next year, and we're going to have a big ceremony. We're going to have, our friends and family and whatnot."
that's only for like rich people. Because like,
Well,
all right, think about it this way:
Green.
it's one thing to have the wedding like in like the Bahamas or Hawaii or whatever, but then like you're asking people to pay to come there
Right.
on top of getting a gift, which is like expected for like a wedding or a donation. That's a lot of bread.
Excuse me, brother.
What?
The gift is me showing up to this thing.
You would think, but it is customary, even
gotta go
in
by that.
destination weddings.
I feel
to
like if
bring
I
a
was
gift.
gonna do, I feel like if I was ever gonna do a destination wedding, I feel like the gift is like, hey, like this is where we're going, and I want like you can stay here in the hotel as well under my discount for your vacation as well. I feel like that's the gift if I do a destination wedding, and then whatever
What?
else goes. I'm thinking about something. Oh no, I'm on something. Ignore me. I
Wait,
can't see it.
if you're getting married, the gift is
My
the
gift to
marriage.
you, yeah, vacation.
So it's kind of
Is
like a
it- yeah.
reverse thing. You're getting gifts for everybody else, essentially.
I got confused.
Well, I've seen people do that before. In fact, I remember I've seen it mostly done for like birthdays and stuff, where the person will give out like little trinkets, little baggies of goodies on their birthday, and I was just like,
Yeah, that's pretty normal. Thank you.
I don't know. That seems pretty abnormal to me. But at the
you
same
can leave a
time,
little. You can always like get a little gift back.
Yeah, it's like a goodie bag. Doesn't have to be anything special, just a small little thing.
I guess.
Like when my cousin got married, like when we had to drive to Pennsylvania for her wedding, and then like us going home, they gave us like sodas and like candies and like a free plate of food from the place. That was like a go way back about our goodie bag. It's a good one.
What was in the goodie bag though?
It was ribs, some potatoes,
Ribs.
Ribs.
Yeah, because there was also a plate of food. There's a plate of food, like some candy, and then a soda.
That's just food.
I don't give a fuck. It was still on the bag to go home with. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
This thing's talking about ribs. Like,
Yeah, when I'm thinking goodie bag, I don't think like whole meals.
hey,
If it's a problem, you restrict yourself to be too small. Goodie bag is
Maybe.
whatever I get in the bag. Like a Thanksgiving leftovers. Whatever I get in here is the leftovers.
Don't expect that from mine.
I would not.
I wouldn't.
I just hope there's a bar there in yours. That's all I want.
Oh, it's open bar. Don't worry.
Oh, it's over.
Tay's getting
Fucking
super.
no.
I mean, so am I. I already warned Natalie. I was like, I'm getting fucked up. Like,
Why? It's your wedding. Don't you want to remember this?
He will remember.
I want to get through
He
it.
was sober for it.
You
What?
know how
Notice
much
that.
anxiety I have while I'm sober? It's like I'm trying to get through the day.
I shouldn't
It'll make
allow
it-
to do no, like how much you have.
It's a lot. I feel like you should be a little more calm. Not to be rude.
No, during the ceremony I'll be fine. But this is celebration.
Is this more so about the destination or the journey? You get what I'm saying? Like,
No.
more so about you just wanting to get the marriage ceremony over with so that way you can say, hey, we're married, or are you actually enjoying the process of planning this wedding?
No, it
this-
is the destination. And you can ask Natalie, she would like to get this over with as well.
Then what the hell?
Well, once we're there, we'll bask in, the moment and stuff like that. But leading up to it, it's very stressful.
I feel like just because for you and Natalie, I feel like you guys just don't feel comfortable being the center of attention. I feel like that's it.
Well, yeah, that also plays a part in it. Yes.
Yeah, so
And I know that
yeah,
because
that's-
I'm the same way.
yeah, so I think that's why it's anxiety and destination. Like, if it wasn't that you're gonna have all these eyes on you, you would be fine.
Exactly. You know what? That's probably the most of it.
Yeah, like
Well, this is why
the journey is.
I'm sorry, I can't say.
No, the journey is them waking up, looking at each other like, I'm gonna get to coffee. That's the journey. That's it. Little circles.
The journey starts after.
There's also a journey before the wedding, like you two meeting and getting to know each other and falling in love, and you asking her to be your wife, and then you plan the wedding, and then
That's season
everything-
1. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's season 1, bro.
Yeah, this was journey, and the journey that I was talking about was the journey of getting to the point of getting married, like actually the official I do's. Are you more anxious about that, or are you just anxious about, I just want to get this day over with and put this all behind us so that way we can move forward as husband and wife? That's what I was asking.
Yes, I think it's just like, because I mean, honestly, like, we're already married. Like, she's seen enough of me, I've seen enough of her, and like our lives together. Like, we're essentially like a married couple. It's just like unofficial, essentially.
I think it's eating dinner at 3 p.m. and going to bed at 7.
That sounds fucking lovely.
It does.
I just hit 30. I'm already on it.
How do you think
Just for 30 physically. Y'all been old. Y'all was old when I was 24. I don't want to hear shit.
Like, couple years.
Yeah,
Well,
Deuce and I
no,
be-
y'all was spiritually old when I was 24, and we had just, I don't even remember when we met. When I was 22, maybe. Y'all was still spiritually old at that point. I know, Jason.
I already had 2 kids at that point.
You were
Yeah, I
done.
don't-
I didn't meet you yet, and
I
when I
was-
met you, I
yeah.
was like, "Oh yeah, he old." when we fully met, I was like, "Oh, this is an old dude." But anything, Will was the oldest person to me, and I think he was one of the youngest.
Yeah, he
Seriously.
is. Well, but you didn't meet Steven. No, he didn't meet Steven. So
No, I didn't meet Steven.
Yeah.
I meet
Well,
Steven's like answers a group chat.
Mm.
Like
Speaking-
when I
Yeah, speaking of,
we have to talk about that the election. We got to talk about it. Oh man,
yes, drink, Tay, drink. We need to talk about this election.
You have to talk about it. Yeah. Your boy Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States of America. Y'all all right?
I'm all right
if
now.
anything,
You're right
if
now.
anything, it's showing me. For now, he's okay. He wasn't before the first week. I think everybody was.
Yeah,
Like,
the first week it was like, oh boy. You know, it's funny. I was exposed to a lot of, and I didn't know this was a possibility. People can be sore winners, apparently.
You didn't know that was a thing?
I didn't know that was a
I fully
thing.
knew. I knew this fully. Especially growing up at sports. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely be a sore winner.
Here's the thing.
Absolutely.
The thing the election taught me is that I don't know. Women just don't like women. Honestly,
We knew that.
Well, yeah, no, yeah.
like I know, like sometimes, like I know, like some of the most like friendships are very catty. But I was like, like when it comes down, I feel like they should be able to be each other and support each other, like everything. No, not at all.
No.
It's crazy. And then also just the people from Palestine, like the defenders of like Palestine, like they went on the whole thing, like, oh, if you vote for her, like this and this, and now that this is happening, like, what did you? I have so many questions of what people thought was going to happen.
Yeah, that part I didn't understand. Like, I get you don't want to support, like, if you didn't want to support Kamala before with her views on like the stuff in Gaza, but it's like you do know what the alternative is, right? And it just seemed like they didn't want to think about that. And it's like, well, here we are.
I was so confused.
And a lot of people tried to like say, oh, but that's the problem with politics, and that's the problem with U.S. politics. I was like, yes, we all agree that this is a problem with the two-party system. Unfortunately, this is the reality that we're living in. We have to deal with it.
No, you don't have to accept it. You can change it.
Well, yeah, we can change it, but not right now. We got to work towards it.
And I think that's the problem with democracy overall. It just takes too much time. It's too much of a slow process. Like, okay, so there were people who were like, okay, if Kamala wins the presidency, she's going to do this. Well, y'all forget she's still the vice president of the United States. Like,
that is true.
Day, like as we speak, at the time of this recording, she is still the vice president of the United States. She can still affect a lot of change before they transfer power in January. So it's like this is democracy in a nutshell. Things take way too long. Why do I have to wait to vote for someone in order for change to be effected? Why do I have to wait for that? Let's get some shit done right the fuck now. Like, let's go let's go march on City Hall and start knocking on doors and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't have to wait around for things to happen. Is he frozen?
Yeah, he is frozen.
He's
back.
Okay.
What happened?
I switched from data to Wi-Fi on my phone.
Oh,
should have been did that.
Well, I thought we were recording, and then I was like, I should switch back because now I'm not using my computer. But
anyway.
I heard the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard all of it. I just froze camera. It just turned off my camera. But also, I thought we all knew democracy was slow, and also we can't march on anything because that's how we're not white. We get shot.
This is true.
This is very true.
This isn't January 6th. They're like, oh, we're matching Capitol Hill and taking everything. And they're like, oh, those stuff. If black people did that, it'd be a genocide. We all know the truth.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we can't do that.
I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I knew Kamala, I knew she wasn't going to win. I knew Donald Trump had it in the bag. The minute that Biden stepped out the race, I was like, oh snap! They just basically handed the presidency to Donald Trump. But I'm not surprised Democrats lost everything. Like, they lost the House, they lost the Senate, they lost the White House, they lost everything because for the last 4 years y'all played in everybody's face, and then this election y'all played in everybody's face again. Like talk about fumbling everything, fumbling the bag. Like,
yeah.
The last one, you saw how. Yeah, I was like, bad.
No, I knew he was in trouble because I know how many people were just blaming stuff on other things that they never really understood or did research.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was sipping that hopium, ever since Biden stepped down because I thought if Biden stood in the race, like that was it. But then when he stepped down, I thought, hey. Something that we wanted to happen happened. So maybe there was a chance.
I was fine with him stepping down because it was just off his performance. It just didn't look good. So if you're going to step down, I don't think I think you should still do a vote to see who people really want to run against one for president.
You know what the issue is too. So I actually watched like a video on it, and it was very informative.
You should share it with us.
When I should, I gotta find it first. But they were talking about how Obama won, how he won twice, essentially, and like what led up to it. And one of the main things that helped him was the previous administration.
Bingo.
So the fact that Bush screwed things up royally for America helped Obama tremendously.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
I think
Kamala couldn't do the same thing because she was still the vice president. She could not talk down about the previous administration because she was in the previous administration. So it's like,
it didn't help that her name was so attached to, because people didn't like Joe Biden that much, and her name was just attached all over it.
yes,
Because a lot of people were like, well, I didn't like that he did this. And you're like, you're not voting. A lot of people were like, you're not voting for Joe Biden.
you're voting against Donald Trump.
thing is though, she didn't do enough to differentiate herself from Biden. She kind of adopted his policies
Right.
and then went from there. And I think that's also what hurt her a lot. Because Trump was doing what Obama did. It's like, oh, the previous administration, this, and that, and talking down on them. It's easy to do that.
Mhm.
It's a lot harder to talk down on an administration when you're part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's your own party. So it's like, are you admitting that the Democratic Party is not doing what is best for the American citizens?
Exactly. That's
It's like,
that's what I mean by the Democrats played in everybody's face for 4 years. You know, you had everything. You had the Senate, you had the House, you had the White House. It was yours for the taking. Oh, bro. They didn't have the Senate.
I think they had the House.
They have the house.
No, they had the Senate because remember, he became the majority leader, Chuck Schumer, and remember, she's the tiebreaker in every scenario.
So they didn't have both.
They didn't have all. Yeah, I remember they
Yeah,
didn't.
they didn't have
it.
both.
He didn't have the House, right?
Okay. Yeah,
That's
they
it.
didn't have the house.
So,
But then,
well, my point was they had everything in the bag for 4 years. It was the government was theirs, and during the administration, we saw inflation rise through the roof. We saw
Which was because of Trump's plan that was supposed to expire next year.
why was the taxes too?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
tax plan also expires next year. So a lot
Oh.
of people complaints were also still due to the plan that's supposed to run through.
it was that. It was the housing crisis. Housing is like
Housing
through
not-
the roof.
Housing
you'll-
is can be fixed.
Huh?
Housing is a hard thing to fix, along with infrastructure.
It is. Because remember, 2008, you had the whole housing bubble and it popped right as the
Love.
down. And then you had the I think not above all things, but something that went very like noticeable, but wasn't as big as inflation. Remember, you had the migrant crisis. We have all these migrants in the inner cities coming across the border, and everybody's just like, yo, why are they here taking up our resources? And people blame that on the Democrats, and because they're just like, yeah, let everybody in, let them in, and everybody's like, no, we don't want them here. So those things, and then I think culturally, everybody was just sick of leftist and Democratic ideology, and they're just like, yeah, we don't want this anymore. You know, I think that's just how I saw it. It was just like everybody's sick of the whole woke thing, quote unquote, because we know, but they hijacked that cancel culture, and
I think a lot of it too was there were a lot of voters who were single issue voters. Like they took one issue that either side was, campaigning on, and that was their deciding factor. Whether it be, like you said, the immigration or like the woke culture, the transgender issue, and all that stuff. they took that into consideration. That was their deciding factor. And I think Kamala, like the thing too with Trump, it's like his base will always support him. No matter what. We saw that in 2016. We saw it again this year. They do not care. He is literally a convicted felon. And they don't care. They voted for him. They want him. Whereas Kamala, she tried to play both sides. And that was her mistake. She didn't take enough hard stances. And there's a saying that's called the left eat the left. That's exactly what happened. Like she tried to play to the other side to try and gain voters. And her side was like, no, why are you doing that? And it turned a lot of them against her.
Yeah. Yeah. Because remember, she didn't go through any primaries.
No.
She didn't go through any. Good day.
No, that was the part. That was the problem with that as well.
I think to me, she lost for two reasons. One, she was not elected by the American people. Like we said, she didn't go through any primaries. Right?
No.
She
That was not.
He just
She was just handed. It was handed to her. Yeah.
I feel like that was the part. That was the first part of that came with that. It was like very much like, well, Joe Biden didn't do well, so we're just going to give it to you to run with it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, well, what about this? And there were like a lot of other strong candidates that people will point at. They're like, well, why didn't we include that person or that person?
Yeah, like Pete Buttigieg or, anybody. But even then, like it was all done very rapidly. That was another factor that played into it. Like this was done in like less than 3 months. You can't condense like years of campaigning into just a few months.
And that was my second point, that her campaign she didn't run a good campaign because she didn't have enough time. But at the same time, it was like her campaign was based off of, I think, the wrong views. Like they tried to sell her that she's this black woman, she's one of us, and this, that, and the third. And it was just like, since we don't know about you, like there's too many questions surrounding your background.
Yeah.
For us to just fully get behind you, right?
Yeah, it was a very quick change because, like, for the whole year, probably for like 2 years of entering, he was like, all right, I got to help out Joe Biden run again so we can do 8 years of this.
And also, the Democratic Party was very delayed in admitting to Joe Biden's incompetence to run again. Like they were defending him, saying, "Oh, he's fine. Like you should see him at the rallies and stuff like that." Like basically doing damage control when clearly he was not fit to run again.
Right.
And what's honestly the funniest part of it is that you see him now. He's so full of energy. He's coherent. He's like talking like very long and like you can actually understand him after all this.
Actually, have extra. Joe Biden.
I've heard a few like rallies and like speeches from him, and it's like it's night and day from what it was a few years ago or a few months ago.
To be fair to Joe, remember he never wanted to be president.
True.
Because remember when they called for him to run. And he was like, I'm too old to be doing that. Like, I can't do it. And then when Trump won, they're like, Joe Biden, please. He's like, but I'm old. He's like, we don't care. You can do it. He's like, I bet I'll do it.
You were Obama's vice president. Yeah, so.
He ran and won. And then everyone's like, you too old to be doing this. He's like, what did I just say?
And it's also funny that the same people who were calling Joe Biden too old, they didn't have a problem with Trump.
Trump, I think he's the same age, if not.
He's like a year younger.
I'll tell you, I told them they're the same age, or he's a few months older. Actually, I think he's older.
No, he's not older. He's like a year younger, but still very close.
But you see the difference in them, right? Like Donald Trump doesn't sound like a bumbling idiot.
Because Donald Trump don't pay attention.
No, in the sense like, not in no, I mean like in the sense that he's coherent. You know what I mean? Like he's not seen decline like at the rate of Joe Biden. Come on,
not as bad as Joe Biden, but he's getting there. Maybe another year, we'll see it.
But to be fair to Joe Biden, what do you want? And to be fair to him, remember Joe Biden took his job seriously. So like everything he read was stress and everything. We knew for 4 years of Trump, we knew he didn't take nothing.
No.
Because they said it, that for the debriefing, they had to put it in picture books for him to pay attention. Biden at least sit there and read. Like, he got actual documents and was flipping. Like, okay. Remember, they had to, like, there was things like they had to put it on screens and pictures for Trump to actually pay attention for
Like
his.
a teleprompter.
Yeah, yes. Did y'all not remember that the whole time?
I don't remember that actually.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of debriefings that they had to put in simpler terms so he would get it.
Trump's first, his first presidency is such a blur. I forgot that it even happened.
That's the thing. Well, the pandemic, kind of like
Did it?
erased everything.
Yeah.
The pandemic really erased everything from, like, honestly, I felt like ever since Obama's like administration, I forgot everything in between that.
It was like, come to think, it was 8 years ago that
The
Trump was
pandemic really. The last thing I remember before the pandemic was Kobe dying.
Yeah.
That's it.
Why do you have to bring that up?
Because that's how I do timestamps at the moment. I don't remember shit.
Yeah, that's literally like the start of it.
I remember Rio's Olympics because I remember watching it and being disappointed. I remember being happy because like people showed up, and then Kobe died, and then presidential election, and then disappointment of the Tokyo Olympics, and now we're here. Everything else is the blip.
He judges things by sports.
You people for Chadwick Boseman dying.
Oh yeah,
In fact, he just had Chadwick Boseman. He died that August. So, a lot of people
died.
But
He died in 2019.
no,
sir, he died August of 2020. Yes.
yeah, not because of the pandemic, but during the pandemic. Yeah, he had cancer.
I wonder if he caught COVID and it made the cancer worse.
No, even before, like he was looking very sickly. I remember that was like a whole thing.
Remember his wife? I think his wife came out and said like he had cancer since like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Yeah, when he was filming Black Panther, like he had it.
He was on borrowed time for a long time. He was just living the best he could.
That's crazy, dude. Like he was only 43.
I mean, we're putting that on ages. Remember, Liam just died at 22. So remember One Direction Liam? I forgot he died in this one. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, right? Forgot about that.
He was like 22 years old.
But he had drug issues and stuff. Like,
I mean,
not to like downplay what happened, but I mean,
no, you're not
kinda-
wrong.
yeah,
These are the dangers you do when you do these type of things. Like it clouds your judgment.
yes.
That's just his own. Just if you know, I forgot. Remember Deezus and Mero, the Bronx comedians. Yeah. Remember, I forgot Deezus was off his show. He's like, whenever he does like weed, he's like, oh, look at stuff at heights, and he'll be like, I can survive this if I jump off. Because he's like, my life is like Black Mirror. If I jump off, the show just restarts. You can't continue without me.
That's scary.
Super scary.
That's what drunks do.
But going back to the election, right? What do y'all think the next 4 years is going to look like?
Increased prices on a lot of things.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the main story that
Also,
is gonna be told.
And also just trying to see what the education is going to be now.
Yeah, because
The Department of Education is getting dismantled. To my memory,
it's tough to even say because like there's a lot of things that Trump is saying and like his cabinet that he's picking is saying. What will actually happen is kind of still up in the air. Because the people that he's picking for all these positions are like clearly unqualified people. Like he picked freaking Dr. Oz for a position in this freaking. I'm just like, what?
I was dumb. I still can't. He put The fact that he put Robert Kennedy as something is hilarious.
RFK Jr. Yeah,
Oh, that's
he
the
wa-
Department.
he wants to put sugar back in Coca-Cola, and it's like
It's been in there. It hasn't left.
it's
What do you mean?
so, there is, but it's like it's corn syrup. But in terms of health benefits, there's literally no difference. You're literally
He wants cocaine in the Coke. Stop lying.
That's what he wants.
He wants cocaine. I understand. Sugar. I understood what he meant.
booger.
I understood him. I'm not taking health points from someone who eats roadkill. I'm not doing this. I
Yes.
refuse.
Oh, Lord.
So just
And then the whole Elon Musk stuff.
Oh,
Like
God.
what is he?
he's what is it? The president of the Department of I know it spells out Doge. That's all I know. It's literally a made up position just for the meme.
I don't know why you said Doge and I thought of the housing department.
It's DOGE. Department of
Do you know all the things?
Department of Government Efficiency, which literally means nothing.
That's not a department.
It's not. It does not exist. They just made the position because Elon is a freaking cringe lord.
No, remember he's MAGA dark. I remember this. That made me laugh so hard. Dark MAGA. I see him board about MAGA dark.
I can't. Every time I see the clip of Elon Musk chanting USA, the way he was saying, he's not. The way he said, like, that's the most easiest chant you can make, and he screwed it up. He's like USA, USA, USA. Like, how?
Oh my God.
He's such an awkward. Oh, can't even go into it.
There's nothing to prepare for. I don't know how. My hope is not as bad, but I can't.
But you know what?
There's no promises on how. Because remember,
Ultimately, go ahead, Tay.
Because remember, the whole thing is that they might follow what Project 2025 is.
Project 2025.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to be, like, what's really going to happen.
For 2025, they're going to take all your rights away. All.
Honestly, people talk about how, like, you know what, it's probably the best for Donald Trump to win for the sole fact of, like, there is no excuses anymore. Like, everything, if they're supposed to fix America, they're supposed to make America great again. They have the House, they have the Senate, they have the White House. Like, they have everything, all for the taking. Things are supposed to get better. So it's like, now we're going to see if that actually happens. And if it doesn't,
we know
whose fault it was. There's no fault other than who we elect.
Well, I'm still laughing at the people being like, I want Obamacare to be gone, but I don't want them to touch the
Oh, yeah. That was another thing. The people who didn't even know what tariffs was.
They didn't know what TAS was. They didn't know that Obamacare was the Affordable Care Act.
The Affordable Care Act. They thought they were two separate things.
Somebody
and then like, why did the liberals give it 2 different names? So like, they never did. Your side did.
You did. The Republicans called it Obamacare because they wanted to be funny. They wanted to be cute.
All right, well, we'll see how the next 4 years turn out. Maybe it might lead to World War III. We're going to figure it out.
No, it's not. Because Trump is in Putin's pocket.
Oh.
Remember, he also praises the dude from China as well.
Yeah, so
I forgot.
World War III is the least of my worries now. Sadly, not sadly, I'm glad. But Trump is going to play to whatever they want to do. He's their puppet, essentially.
I agree.
We're just gonna have to be prepared to be laughed at for another 4 years again, because they were doing that anyway. They were doing that before.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be the laughing stock of the world.
We already are.
Yeah,
again, yes.
There's some other countries. Weapon?
Well, yeah, I gotta grind my gears.
I have a sports one. You want me to rate?
Yes.
Go.
I'm ready.
I think I sent this to Jason.
Yes, you did. I'm ready. I'm ready to hear it.
So, producer Jay, you are fully aware that I am a sports fan,
You are, yes.
and most of my teams I cheer for are out of pettiness.
You
Oh.
cheer for teams out of pettiness.
Towards my family. So, like growing up, I had a dislike. So, my brothers, my cousins who are like my brothers, their favorite team was New England Patriots. This is 2000.
Okay.
The team that beat them a lot during that time was the Jets. That's why I'm a Jets fan, pardon me.
In
And
the
then-
2000s?
Yeah, like early 2000s. And then the Giants.
I was like, this is it must be a long time ago because that
this
that
was like
sounds
this one they had
weird.
like this one they had like Chad Page, Andy Curtis Martin. This was like 2000, like the year
Okay.
itself, 2000.
Yeah.
So as I grown up, I normally, and due to my own fault, I am still faithful to teams I cheer for as a kid. Because I'm like, why would I was like, I'm not a cheating person. I don't like to switch teams. I respect all teams. I'm not switching teams. My hatred for the Jets is beyond. It's not hatred. It's more just a sad depression of like, I don't expect shit. But everyone was like, when I tell you everyone was like, oh, they got this and this. Like, the Jets are going to be good. My brain was like, no, they're not. It was never going to happen. But let me tell you how much I hate the owner of the Jets today. Because, like, one, the Jets owner is also a friend of Donald Trump. He had to step down during 2016 because he was named the prime minister to the United Kingdom, or like whatever that role is. Yes.
What?
You know, like how presidents named like ambassador.
Ambassador? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
he was the ambassador to the United Kingdom.
okay.
So my hope is that he has to step down again. Because during that time, that's when, like 2006 to 2012, the Jets actually were like drafting good players and like the record was increasing. But let me tell you, since he's come back and taken over the team, I'll tell you 9 moves that he did this offseason that broke us. There was a player on the Jets that, like, if the football stat is like you hit the quarterback, it's called a sack.
Yeah.
The Jets' best player doing that was called Bryce Hawk. He did it 12 times. He led the Jets in sacks. He became a free agent. The GM offered him a contract. Woody Johnson, the owner, blocked the contract because he didn't want to sign the player.
Why?
I don't know why. It's not his. Don't know why. He just didn't like.
Just
He tried. So in the midst
he
of
made
that
fun of me one time.
that player went to Philadelphia, the Eagles.
Okay.
The GM of the time made a trade with the Eagles to get that player, not the Huff, the player, another defensive end from the Eagles to come play for the Jets. But to play for the Jets, he had to negotiate a contract. And I'm like, hey, like you're going to be here. This is the contract we're going to give you. The owner blocked that contract. And when the player didn't want to play under his contract because he's going to be a free agent, he pulled out. The GM was trying to call him. The owner said, don't talk to him until he's willing to talk. Don't talk to him. Don't negotiate no contracts with him.
What is going on? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like,
No. It gets better. So as the season goes, there's a wide receivers are not playing the best of their position, not catching the ball. There's one player that keeps dropping the ball. His name is Alan Lazard. The
Okay.
Jets were going to trade him for a younger player that is 24 from the Denver Broncos. They were going to trade him. They were going to trade him, get a player named Jerry Jeudy and a draft pick from the Broncos for this player. The owner blocked that trade.
what is with this freaking owner, bro?
That player then went on to get traded to, I think, Cleveland. He is now having his best year with the Cleveland Browns right now since he's in St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Does he have a personal vested interest in
Don't know.
seeing the Jets fail?
No. It gets better. Because remember, he traded for Devontae Adams, which is the best friend to the quarterback, to Aaron Rodgers. He wanted that trade. So to make Aaron Rodgers happy. They go to London and lose week 5 into the thing. Badly. The owner then tells the team that he wants Aaron Rodgers benched. And he wants all because of how bad they played. Aaron Rodgers was their best quarterback at the time.
So he punished Aaron Rodgers.
No, they
because-
couldn't bench him. They didn't bench him. The GM, the coach was like, I can't bench him. Nothing like that. He decided to fire the coach. He fired the head coach that week. And he didn't talk to nobody. He came in they came back and landed. The next day, the coach came in to like do his practice. He walked into the office and said, "Hey, you're fired." And told security to escort him out. He didn't even get to say bye to the players.
Yeah.
They just escorted him out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It
He
was bad.
also fired. He just fired the GM last week as well.
Oh yeah. That too.
what is going on?
Also,
is-
Like a
also
dumpster.
to make it better, there is a player there was a player who got hurt last year. He did all his surgery. He's back. He's playing very well. The owner benched that player because he said something online about him.
Yo, just sell the Jets. Do get rid of them. Like if you don't want them to win or succeed, why
There
are
is
you
no-
doing all this?
Jets fans are going to games wearing paper bags like we're Detroit Lions saying sell the team. And we win the fourth day. Like the Lions went to the games because they were losing. They're the only franchise with multiple 0-16 record. Like they've not won a game in the season. If you don't, at this point, I think everybody wants them to sell, and everyone's like, I don't want to do this shit no more.
Yeah, like he clearly is not happy with like the way things are going. Just get out of it. Like why are you subjecting yourself to this?
My hope now that Donald Trump is one, that he also picks him again to be an ambassador to the United Kingdom.
So that way he can't run the.
His brother did a great job. His brother was like, I don't know shit about this. These people know things. I'm going to let them do their job.
Yeah, that's the logical thing to do.
Which did Brother Jay.
Yes.
And that was the time when the brother took over and led the GM. That's when they drafted Sauce Gardner, one of the best corners in the league, Garrett Wilson, and all these other players that everyone's like that actually won some Pro Bowls or named All Pros, like best players in the league. And I guarantee you, those players may need time. Those players may leave as well. It's so funny to watch players from the Jets play so well, like Sam Donald on the Vikings.
Can't even imagine being on that team, like basically seeing the whole team crumble in front of you, but you still got to play.
I'm a little lot. It feels like the Knicks from like the early 2000s, honestly. And I think Brother Jay goes that more than I do. Because that was disappointing.
Like
The owner for that was so heavily in the Knicks team, and they were ass for the whole decade.
and now look at them. Were they 2-9 or 2-10 at this point?
The Jets, 3-9.
Just
The Giants are like, I think the Giants are 2-9 or 3. I don't fuck. It's bad. This is bad. Look, the Knicks are playing.
Giants are no better. Trust me. Take us out.
Thank you very much for listening to the Excuse Me Brother podcast. I have been one of the hosts, Brother Tay, with the welcoming backer, Brother Jay, and with the best person whoever does producing and editing, as I fuck up all the time, Producer Jay. If you want to interact with us more, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and comment. Let us know what you feel. We do read it. You can leave your opinions. Brother Jay and Producer Jay will read it. I won't. Don't give a fuck about. Don't really care. If you want to interact with us, please follow us on the excuse_me_brother with the N ends with an A, because it's not racist, because I made it. You know? It's better than everything. And if you want to interact with us for now, you can follow us on TikTok until January ends. When it's banned, excuse me, brother, no space, and ends with ER. Because the married man made it, and you know he's not really focused, so he's spelling everything correctly.
Not married yet. Almost.
Soon to be married. Can't wait for that wedding. I gotta see about another +1. I gotta ask again. I forgot.
All right. Peace out,
Well,
everybody.
Good morning, good day, good night, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you listen to it. Appreciate you. Stay faithful.
Peace.
We out.